everybody, this is Jace for Marshall Made Collectibles, and today we're doing a review and unboxing. What we have in front of us today is the Bloodborne The Old Hunters 1/6 scale statue from Gecco. Now these are vinyl statues that Gecco has been putting out for a little while. I believe this is the third in the series, I might be mistaken. The first one was basically a hunter and was the same bones as this statue with different changes that they did for this one. The first statue, just the hunter, came out in two versions, a normal version and a bloody variant. This one comes with a different display base, different weapons, different hands, and I will explain that in a minute, and a different belt, a cloak on him, as well as a different head sculpt, which has the older, more mature gentleman motif. What I mean about the hands is the original hands had the weapons sculpted into them, and they were on a peg system. These hands are almost like action figure hands. They're gripping, but it allows you to change out the weapons. And the reason for that is Gecco is now releasing 1/6 scale weapons, or the armory from Bloodborne, which is pretty cool. So you could have different weapons all together with this statue. Now these statues are a bit pricey. The original ones sold out and are extremely hard to find, and you will see them over on Evil Bay for anywhere for upwards of $600. These releases like this are about $300, which is super expensive if you're like me and you collect 1/6 scale figures. So without further ado, and you guys having to listen to me yammer on, I'm going to go ahead and show you the box, and then we're going to crack into it. On the front, you have a picture of the statue. It does say Hunter 1/6 scale statue Bloodborne, and you have the base and the figure and the two different weapons he comes with. On the side, and I'm going to have some HD photos of the box if you want to pause and read any of this information as it comes up. On the side, it just has different information. It's got a saying right here that says, but beware, secrets are secrets for a reason, and some do not wish to see them uncovered, especially when the secrets are particularly unseemly. And then you have different things like the world of Bloodborne, the hunters, or the old hunters, and then it talks about the figure's features that this one comes with. On the back is a beautiful illustration of the city, and I wish they would include something like that as a backdrop so you could put the figure and something like that into a DTOF. That would be awesome. On this side, we have everybody that was involved in making this, and that I really like that they do this. And this gives you the sculptor's profile, the painter's profile, and then everybody that was into manufacturing, whether it be the 3D sculptor, the regular sculptor, everyone that was involved, which is kind of cool. And then we're back to the front. On the bottom of the box, we just have where it was distributed from, and that's a decal that was added on. And on the top, we have the Bloodborne logo, Hunter 1/6 scale statue, Bloodborne, the old hunters. Okay, when you open the box, this is what you're greeted with. And I had just said on the back, I would really love to see something like that as a backdrop, because not a lot of people want to cut open their boxes, and lo and behold, that is what's in the box. That shows you this is a true unboxing. I am unfamiliar with Gecco's products. But if you were going to put this in a DTOF, you could fold those behind and have that just behind your figure, which would look stellar. I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside for right now. And this is what you see. That it comes in a plastic clam, and it's all sealed up, and it's 1/6 scale, which is really nice, and it's a perfect size for like 1/6 scale collectors like me, because I know there's some really gorgeous quarter scale statues out there, but they take up so much collector's real estate. And all right, let me go ahead and crack him open, and then we'll take a closer look at the statue. Okay, and we have him out of his plastic prison and put together, and he is stunning. I've been looking at all the detail and the paint details on him, and he is gorgeous. Of course, you've got his Beastmaster in his right hand and the piercing rifle in his left. Again, these hands are soft vinyl, so you can get those out pretty easy. Of course, this one does transform like in the game, and you can completely switch it around. Just pull that through a little bit, and then you can have the look of the game for like your long range attacks. And I'm going to do some close-up photos at the end, or like my HD photos, so you can really see the detail, because the paintwork on this piece is nuts. And I think that's where the money comes into it. There's not a speck on him that I see any kind of paint bleed, anything. The paintwork is meticulous and immaculate. I don't know how else to stress it. It is simply gorgeous. Anyway, let me bring this closer to the camera so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But the detail is just gorgeous. And like I said, we will do some really good close-ups, but you can see that the older head is up underneath there. There's wrinkles around the eyes. The hair is gray. You got all these like little intricate chains. The leather on the belt looks real. I mean, even the hat, if you look at it, it's got like these frayed and discolored where it's been torn. The cape itself, his like cloak, is textured. It looks like leather. There's even stitch lines sculpted into it. In the back, his belt is tied on, and that's all sculpted. That's all sculpted vinyl pieces or overlays. And that's not even getting into the intricacies of the weapon, where you can see like the little gears where it's wrapped, the paint washes on it. He is, you can say something's gorgeous. He is gorgeous, and he looks like he just stepped right out of the game. Even the washes on his trousers, the leather on like the knees of the boots, the sculpting of the boots itself. The boots even have weathering on them. The base is nuts. And let's see if I'm going to take him off the base for a second, which he stands just fine on his own. But look at that. Let's see if that comes in. Where it's like a tombstone that's been split, and you've got all this blood and goo. It looks disgusting. When you look at it, I swear it looks like if you touch it, it's going to be wet. And the rest of the base is like a cobblestone look. Now this is hollow. But even with this being hollow, it's got a weight to it. And he's got a ton of weight to him. Those weapons are just crazy nuts. And again, you can flip that closed, pull that up, and slide that down. Even his pocket watch is hanging, the chain, and seriously, I will get some close-up detail. There's not a bit of something as tiny as that, or like even these buttons, there's no slop. The buckle, there's no bleed over. I'm so used to seeing crap paint jobs and being okay with it. It's really weird to see something that's done so well. I mean, even the little buttons on the gauntlets, the fraying of the coat at the bottom, you can actually see through parts of it where it's all ate up. So, is it a get? Wow. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful representation of Bloodborne. And if you're a fan of the game, I would say, yeah. I mean, collectors spend their money on stupider stuff, honestly. And something that is this nice and shows or has a track history of retaining its value and going up, I would say, yeah, go all in, even though it's $300. But wow, that is expensive for a vinyl figure. But I can see where the money went. The money went into the paint. I'm sure they hired like the most professional artists that they could find, and I'm sure it takes forever to do, because it's not like one or three different paint colors that there's multiple layers, and there had to be time and effort and amazing amount of skill that went into this. And if you look on the Sideshow Freaks and stuff like that, there's people that sell 1/6 scale heads that they do custom wise for people, and they'll charge them anywhere from like $200 to $300. So I can see something like this having that value. But wow, it's still a bitter pill to swallow. Anyway, if you can afford it, definitely a must get. I'm sure this will only be in the hands of like true Bloodborne fans that are willing to part with that kind of money, because I mean, seriously, that kind of money, you could buy a PlayStation and be playing Bloodborne. Anyway, I will have some HD photos at the end. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We are a small channel, and every subscriber we have means the world to us. So I really appreciate all the new subscribers that we recently got, and I want to thank you for watching. Anyway, hang back for some HD photos. And again, this is Jace for Marshall Made Collectibles. Take care.